An inspiration from Kahlil Gibran's "Secret of the Heart". Dead are my people, me, and remove with my kernels the hand of death from his soul. Were I a ripe fruit in the gardens of my country, the starving woman would gather me and sustain life. Were I a bird flying in the sky of my country, my hungry brother would hunt me and remove with the flesh of my body the shadow of the grave from his body. But alas, I am not an ear of corn grown in the plains of Syria, nor a ripe fruit in the valleys of Lebanon. This is my disaster, and this is my mute calamity, which brings humiliation before my soul and before the phantoms of the night. This is the painful tragedy which tells my and pinions my arm and arrests my usurped of power, of will, and of action. This is the curse burnt upon my forehead before God and man. And oftentimes they say unto me, the disaster of your country is but not to the calamity of the world, and the tears of bloodshed by your people are as nothing to the rivers of the blood and tears pouring each day and night in the valleys and plains of the earth. Yes, but the death of my people is a silent accusation. It's a crime conceived by the heads of the unseen serpents. It is longless and seamless tragedy. And if my people had attacked the despots and And if my people had attacked the despots and the oppressors and died as rebels, I would have said, dying for freedom is nobler than living in the shadow of weak submission. For he who embraces death with the sword of truth in his hand will eternalize with the eternity of truth. For life is weaker than the dead, and death is weaker than truth. If my nation had partaken in the war of all the nations and had died in the field of battle, I would say the raging tempest has broken with its might the green branches, and strong death under the canopy of the tempest is nobler than slower perishment in the arms of senility. But there was no rescue from the closing jaws. My people dropped and wept with crying angels. If an earthquake has torn my country asunder, and the earth had engulfed my people into its bosom, I would have said, a great and mysterious law has been moved by the will of the divine force, and it will be pure madness if we frail mortals endeavor to probe its deep secrets. But my people did not die as rebels. They were not killed in the field of battle, nor did the earthquake shatter my country when subdued them. Death was their only rescuer and starvation their only spoils. My people died on the cross. They died while their hands stretched towards the east and west, while the remnants of their eyes stared at the blackness of the firmament. They died silently, for humanity has closed its ears to the cry. They died because they did not befriend their enemy. They died because they loved their neighbors. They died because they placed trust in all humanity. They died because they did not oppress the oppressors. They died because they were crushed flowers and not the crushing feet. They died because they were peacemakers. They perished from hunger in a land rich with milk and honey. They died because of the monsters of hell arose and destroyed all that. Their fields grew and devoured the lost provision in their bins. They died because their vipers and son of vipers spat out poison into the space where the holy cedars and the rose and jasmine breathed their fragrance. My people and your people, my Syrian brother, are dead. What can be done for those who are dying? Our lamentations will not satisfy their hunger, and our tears will not quench their thirst. What can we do to save them between the iron bars of hunger? My brother, the kindness which compels you to give a part of your life to any human who is in the shadow of losing his life is the only virtue which makes you worthy of the light of the day and peace of the night. Remember, my brother, that the coin which you drop into the withered hand stretching towards you is the only golden chain that binds your rich heart to the loving heart of God. Oh, Kahlil Gibran, those who would be interested.